Hey you guys, Happy and Healthy with Kerry here. So excited for today's training. This is a really great training. It's all about 3 different hacks that you can do to become or stay resilient. So resilient meaning like a woman who has that grit, that strength, that perseverance to keep going even when times are tough or something unpredicted has happened, or you find yourself in a situation that you didn't expect, or a situation that maybe isn't even all that easy for you, right? And we've all found ourselves in that situation before, right? Who's found themselves in that situation before? Raise your hand or post below, right? But today what we're going to talk about are 3 different hacks, and there's a lot of different hacks, but I don't think we need a lot to focus on. Otherwise, what happens is your brain can get oversaturated and then you might not apply any of them. So we're going to keep it super simple, and we're just going to focus on 3 hacks to stay resilient. And I think a really big one is stay self-aware, meaning stay in a state of awareness around yourself, like awareness around the feelings that you're feeling, the mindset that you've shifted into if something unexpected or difficult has happened. You know, where does your mind take you? Do you go into a conversation of struggle and difficulty and I can't believe this happened, and how do you feel? Do you feel like angry or frustrated or desperate, or what happens for you? So staying in that state of self-awareness is really helpful, because then what you can do is you can start to identify different emotions that are coming up for you, and you can also identify thoughts that are coming up for you, and any like negative beliefs or habits that you might have a tendency towards. And if you can stay self-aware, you can stay a step ahead of them, right? And it doesn't mean, so let me also say this, it doesn't mean that you might not slide into them at first, especially as you're retraining your brain to think a different way. But so especially in the beginning, it's about catching yourself as quickly as possible. Like if you go down that rabbit hole of, you know, struggle or stress or whatever it is, catching yourself as soon as possible, and then bringing yourself back on track, course correcting, bring yourself back on track to who do you want to be as a woman that you can feel good about being in a situation like that, or in that situation. So when we have no self-awareness, what can often happen is we fall into that negative thought pattern, those negative emotions, those negative habits or beliefs. We automatically slide into them, and we go deeper and deeper into them because we're not catching ourselves. We don't have the awareness to catch ourselves, to bring ourselves back on track. And then that's when that situation can often become harder or worse, right? Who here has experienced this? Actually, post below. I would love to know. You know I've experienced this before. And then what happens for me, I'll just be really honest because I love being transparent. Then what often happens for me is I then feel really bad about myself that I flew off the handle, or I got really angry, or I said things I didn't really want to say, that I wish I hadn't said. So the self-awareness piece keeps you as a step or two ahead of that. It's a skill. It's totally a skill. And anybody can learn the skills, right? It takes strategy, it takes consistency, and it takes the right support, which, by the way, I should mention this. We're going to be going deep into this in the One Thought Away challenge, which is our free 5-day challenge that's coming up. It starts on Monday. It starts 1 week from today. We have hundreds and hundreds of women already signed up. If you haven't signed up yet and you're really ready to shift the results in your life, become more resilient, become more self-aware, create intentional results, definitely sign up. It's the onethoughtawaychallenge.com, onethoughtawaychallenge.com. I'll put the URL in the description of this video as well, or somebody can post it below too, which would be awesome. But it's free for 5 days, 5 days of incredible training with me, where we're really going to take your thought processes, your ability to stay self-aware. We're going to take that to the next level. Okay. So for 5 days, focus on this. It's only like an hour or two a day, but it can change the trajectory of your life. It could be the event that changes everything for you. So that's number one, is staying self-aware. When you lift your ability to stay self-aware, what gets to happen for you is you don't have to clean up as many messes. Right? You don't have to usually clean up as many messes because you're staying very intentional with yourself, and you're staying, you notice the way that you might be sliding into an old pattern before it becomes not too late. I think you can usually clean up most things, but before you get yourself so off track that it's a big cleanup. There's a big cleanup to do, right? So the other thing is, in regards to staying, to another hack in regards to up leveling your resilience, is staying really positive, and I having a positive attitude, and so with this one, like, we're all gonna meet situations in our life that maybe we didn't vote for, right? We didn't say, I want that experience. I mean, maybe we did on a soul level, but on a human level. And so, life is gonna happen. Adversity happens to all of us. It happens. It looks different ways. It might have different degrees of it, but who you are in the face of it is everything, right? It's not like, there's a quote about like the ocean isn't going to stop the waves, but you can certainly learn how to surf, right? And when you learn how to surf, those waves that are coming at you, which is life, which, are consistent, and it's not like the waves are ever gonna stop, that's life. But what you can do is you can up-level your skill set in regards to learning how to surf or learning how to swim. And so when those waves are coming in, you can manage them. You can handle them. Doesn't mean that you won't get, you won't like crash and burn sometimes as you're riding that wave, but you can get back up on your board. I'm from Southern California and I'm a surfer, so this is why I can really relate to this. But maybe for you, just relate to it in regards to swimming. Like, if you have this skill of riding the wave, if you have the skill set to allow you to swim with the waves, then the waves won't drag you under and keep you there. You'll be able to manage it. You'll be able to course correct. Doesn't mean you're not going to fall off the board, or doesn't mean that it's not going to get difficult at times, but you have enough trust in your skill set and your ability to take that wave as it comes, right? And knowing if you get through that wave, there's most likely a break behind it. There's most likely you're most likely going to have a moment behind that big wave where you can catch your breath and course correct and ground your energy again, and ground your mindset, and ground your feelings, recharge, recalibrate, so that when the next set comes in, whenever that is, the next set of waves comes in, that you're better prepared for them. Okay? Same, it's a parallel to life. So the other thing that I would say is a really great way to hack, really becoming more resilient, is be grateful. And if we're constantly looking at what's hard and what's not working, and it never works for me, or it works for everybody but me, if we're constantly in that mindset, then you're right. What you focus on is what you're gonna get. But if you can shift and you can move yourself into a place of gratitude, which is one of the highest vibes you can have, gratitude and love, highest vibes you can have, and you get into a place of gratitude, then what gets to start to shift with your energy, because remember, even like Albert Einstein taught us, everything is energy. Everything, including your emotions, it's energy. So if you allow yourself to really master this skill, then even whatever energy is trapped within you, whether it's anger or jealousy or frustration or whatever that is, if you can just ride that wave, face that wave, and allow yourself some grace, right? Allow yourself some grace to be human. Whatever that is gonna shift into something else. Now, what we want to do in that moment, like let's say 20 minutes where that energy feels like it's trapped and it's heavy and it's hard and I don't know if I can deal with it and I'm tired of feeling this way. Hey, I get it. I've been there, right? What can you do in those moments very intentionally? What can you intentionally do to shift that energy into gratitude, for example, right? You can get out a blank piece of paper and you can start bulleting all the things that you are grateful for in your life. Even if something in your life is really hard right now, you can start bulleting. What are you grateful for? Or just go quiet, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths and connect with yourself. What are you grateful for? Maybe send a text message to somebody. Maybe take 30 seconds to send a text message to somebody and tell them what you're grateful for about them. Just maybe out of the blue, right? Maybe roll around on the carpet with your pet and get some snuggles in, or your child or your grandchild. Maybe get some snuggles in with your loved one, whoever it is, and let them know what you're grateful for. So you can start to shift that energy within you, because gratitude will attract more to be grateful for. Like attracts like. Like attracts like. So when we shift your thinking and your way of being and your focus off of the problem or it being hard or life is difficult, when we shift away from that and we start to, even if you're still in it, I'm not saying it just magically, whatever the situation magically disappears. Let's say you get in an argument with your spouse. I get how that feels, right? And I get you can be really angry and maybe righteous. Like my husband says, I always want to be right. And so maybe you're in that still, but you start to just, okay, what am I grateful for in regards to this relationship? What am I grateful for in regards to my spouse? And you start to shift and put your focus there to help dissipate the anger and the frustration, to shift your awareness and what you're focusing on. Because what you focus on, you're going to attract. And so if I focus on how frustrated I am with my husband, then I'm going to get more frustrated. If I start to shift what I'm grateful for in him, even if we just got in an argument, then I'm going to start to feel a difference inside of myself towards him, which energetically he will feel, right? Which could shift and influence a change in him towards me, which can help move us out of that situation. So you can apply the same concept you can apply to yourself with your health, your weight, your money, your love life, with whatever it is that's going on in your life right now. You can apply this and really allow yourself the opportunity to see how much grit you really do have, to see how much resilience you really do have and can grow. Okay, so with that being said, remember, you guys, life is short. Even if we get 100 years on this planet, that's relatively short in the big picture. Let's get really intentional about how we want to live our life, where we want to be at the end of our life. We want to look back and not have any regrets, right? So let's get really intentional about, if that's the life that I want to have, how do I get to show up today? And who if that's a life, like when I get to my deathbed, not morbid, we're all moving towards it, but just, let's look at the bigger picture. When I get to the end of my life and I look back and I want to be proud and happy of the life I created and the life that I lived and how I touched people and influenced people, how would that woman be acting, and who would she be being today to create that result, that exit, right? In regards to the grand picture here. How would I be acting today? Okay, I'd probably be acting more loving. I'd probably be shifting into gratitude. I'd probably be staying with a positive mindset. How would you be? And start being that today. Let's not wait until tomorrow. Let's start being that woman today, because then what you're doing is you're moving yourself forward in regards to the big picture, the overall life that you really want to be living and creating, and legacy you want to be leaving behind, right? So I'm so excited for you guys to implement this. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me say some quick hellos. We have tons of people here. And let me just also say, we will be going deeper into how you're thinking and programming, like how you have programmed yourself to think, and how that's currently right now impacting every single result in your life right now, how that's impacting you. We're going to go deep into this starting on Monday at the One Thought Away Challenge, onethoughtawaychallenge.com. And I can tell you for a fact, getting more masterful of my mindset shifted my entire life. I went from 50 pounds overweight to broken down on the bathroom floor, feeling horrible about myself, not allowing close relationships in, barely getting my bills paid. I went from that to where I am today. And it started here. It started with the way that I think. And it's the same for you. So definitely go sign up for onethoughtawaychallenge.com. Go let your girlfriends know. Be that lighthouse in the world that says to all the other women in your life, hey, I'm going to do this. Let's do this together. Let's see what this is about. Be that person of influence who's influencing something really positive into the world and into the lives of the people that you love. So very quickly, onethoughtawaychallenge.com, very quickly, and we already have hundreds and hundreds of women signed up. I'm super excited. Hello to Nurkon, Rola, Gasman, Kim, Mary, and Kim Jenga, another Karen, Lynn. Hey, Lynn. 28 there in Washington this morning, 28 degrees. Oh, God bless you. We've had tons of rain. I get to pull out my Uggs, and I know how funny that is to you, Lynn. Kim Coulter says, my hand is raised. Ixmara, hello. Estelle, hello. Cindy, Sandra, Salavastru, Jana, Michelle, good morning. Les, Donna, good morning. Michelle Williams, hey, Michelle. Loris, some names I can't pronounce. I'm so sorry. Tess, Wilmer, Silva, Guadalupe. Oh my gosh, so many people here. Konyova, another name I can't pronounce. I'm so sorry. Anna, Cassandra, Jody. Hey, Jode. Yeah, you guys, awesome. Lots of love. I see all the love. So in advance, I want to say thank you for sharing the One Thought Away Challenge with your girlfriends. I can't wait to spend 5 days in a row with you where we go deep on training every day. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. And thank you for sharing with your girlfriends. Post below, what was your greatest takeaway from today? And also share this with your girlfriends. Go ahead, hit share. Thank you in advance. Let's spread the love. And remember, even just applying the 3 hacks to resiliency that we talked about today, that can create a very, very different result for any situation, any difficult situation that you have going on in your life right now, or any difficult situation that might come today that you might not know about, or tomorrow, or whatever. So remember, it's not that the ocean is going to stop sending us waves. It's not like life is going to stop sending us circumstance. But it's learning how to surf the wave that is going to get you into a place where you're really enjoying your life. So with that being said, tons of love, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.